Oh, sweet Jesus. Fucking finally. Oh my god. That took half an hour. But we finally found it. You stupid fucking... I don't even know what chance is supposed to be. Get over here. Thank God you can't run, otherwise this would be an actual hell match to catch. False swipe. Damn. Oh, what the? You bitch! Don't do that! Oh my god, we're gonna be at this for a while. Okay, you know what? That's fine. You're gonna do that? I can handle that. You know what? Fuck you, I'm calling you fat. Get in the heavy ball. Get in there! Fuck! No! Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Ah, no you don't. Get paralyzed, nerd. Don't think you're escaping me by doing that. You're getting in a ball and you're gonna like it. Oh, for fuck's sake! Stop doing that! Do you only have 3 moves? Or are you soft-boiling preemptively because you're terrified that there's a Scizor on the field? Okay, there's the 4th move. Get your ass in here! Get in the Ultra Ball! What?! Get your ass in here, dude! Whew. Jesus. Nearly added to the Pokedex. What do we got? People try to catch it for its extremely nutritious eggs, but it can rarely be found. Ugh. I got a perfect name for you. This is gonna be the name for the episode at this point. Your name's Regret. Why'd I do this? Hey guys, time to chill out with Sub-07. Welcome back to my existential nightmare that is trying to catch a Chansey in this one fucking route. 1% encounter rate my ass. I'm pretty sure I went over 100 encounters. Last time, we absolutely whooped Janine's ass. This time, we got a Chansey. And funnily enough, there's actually a reason as to why I caught Chansey in the first place. That may have been agonizing, but it was absolutely worth it because if you talk to this lady, Chansey's cute, but I don't have it. Do you have a Chansey? Want to trade it for my Aerodactyl? Hell yes, I do. Take it. Okay, connect the Game Link cable. This is the only trade in the game for Pokemon you cannot get under normal circumstances in Generation 2. Anything else you could encounter in at least one of the 3 games. Also, I'm apparently trading with Kim, which is a bit weird because that's my mom's name. Chansey was sent to Kim. You could have my Regret. Take it. I don't want it. For my Chansey, she sends Aerodactyl. Nice. Trade a Chansey for Aerodactyl. Wow, thank you! I always wanted Chansey. Aerodactyl is the only fossil Pokemon you can get in Generation 2. There's no new fossils that were added for this gen, and Aerodactyl is arguably the best of the three. It's fast, it's powerful, and it's got ruthlessly high speed, meaning it will outpace most anything it goes up against. Aerodactyl is honestly something that you might want to consider if you don't have a 6 team member already. The problem is that requires catching a Chansey, and you already understand how much of a pain in the ass that can be. If you manage to get lucky and find one, or if you're willing to sit there and grind for it, Aerodactyl is a powerful beast. Only problem is that it is a little bit of a glass cannon. Not too much compared to some other ones that we've seen, but this thing has pretty low defenses by comparison to its offense. Like, it's 135 base attack, or that, excuse me, that's Mega Aerodactyl. I'm thinking of the other one. It's 105 physical attack, but it's got 65 defense and 75 special defense. But with 130 speed, you're going to outpace most anything you go up against. This thing is a beast, and if you really want, this could make a solid addition to your team. The Aerodactyl she sends is always nicknamed as Arrowy, because all trainers in Gen 1 through 6 have terrible nicknames. Honestly, any of the NPC trainers usually give you bad nicknames, so suffer. He's going to hold the Gold Berry, and he's got Wing Attack, Agility, Bite, and Supersonic. I am not going to use this on my team, of course, because, well, what reason would I have to do that? But I think it is worthy of at least getting that for the sake of collection, because you can't encounter the fossils at all in Gen 2 normally. So that one actually puts Aerodactyl out of that concern. If you want Ammonite or Kabuto, you still gotta trade with Generation 1, but it could be a lot worse. I'm gonna go switch the team around again so I can get everyone back. I'll be right back. Since we're here, I also figured I should mention, Fuchsia City does have a back section to it. That's where the Pokemart is for the area. You need Cut in order to access it, so I did take a look with Jerry. There's ultimately nothing of interest here. Again, you already can access all the best Pokeballs and such in most areas around Kanto. Don't stress too much about it. And there's not even any held items or anything you can find. You can find a tree giving you a burnt berry, but that's about it. Alan, I do not care. Joey called me earlier during the catching montage. I don't need anything. I'm fine. I am keeping Jerry on hand for now because I believe there's still at least a couple of trees we can cut down. But otherwise, yeah, we're free to just kind of progress. Thank fucking God. Because, yeah, 1% encounter rate and no way of boosting the odds of getting the Chansey. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. Honestly, if I encountered a second one right here, I was about to scream. But I also did this just to see if that would happen. But yeah, Chansey lives up to his reputation. Impossible to catch, but you know what? It could be a lot worse. Let's mosey on through and finally get back to Route 13. There's still some trainers that we can access that are not going to be much of a threat to you here, but they might be worthwhile for experience. I should go to Rocktown and get myself an Onix. Let me guess, you're a hiker? Yep, Hiker Kenny. What do you got? Sand Slash, high physical defense. Good, perfect for Artemis. I'll just take care of you real fast. Doink. But yeah, as much of a hassle as that was, I wanted to at least show off one in-game trade, because that's not really something you see very often with these kinds of playthroughs, because a lot of the time they're just not worth it, but Aerodactyl's a competent enough Pokemon, so I figured, why not? Plus, it's not like Gen 1 when certain Pokemon you can only get that way, and there's like 5 of them through trading and that, as a result. Aerodactyl's the only outlier of you can't get this thing normally in Gen 2, but you can get it in a trade. Golem? Artemis, you've still got this, honestly. Like, he's got a lot of rocks, but rocks are always physical defensive, and this thing's not got much special defense. Damn, actually survived that one. Magnitude. Oh, shit! Magnitude, ranges, and power. 10 is the highest, so that's gonna hurt a little bit. But unfortunately for you, we're 14 levels higher, and we have leftovers, so that meant nothing. Die. Easy peasy. What else you got? Second Graveler, of course you do. That'll be easy. Get out of here. And more stuff recovered with leftovers. Nice. But yeah, since we're going through this, one thing I should mention, we have now 5 of the 8 gym badges for the Kanto region, meaning there's only 3 left. Originally, the ones that we would have gotten if we were playing this in Gen 1, or Gen 3, I guess 7, The first gym badge, the 7th gym badge, and the 8th gym badge. We're still going to be doing things a little bit out of order as a result, but I think it'll be fine. Mainly because, again, let's be real, we're going to stomp through most of these guys anyway. But there's a couple things that might be interesting to deal with when we get to them. Because not everything is the same as it was in the first gen. I said Janine had replaced Koga, but she's not the only person to usurp someone else for the position of gym leader. We got a Pokefan. Nido King. Yeah, you can take this, Artemis. Yeah, easy does it. Okay, you got a super effective move, which makes you a bit more of a threat, but, again, you are way too low level to be a threat, really. You do have a berry, though. Not that that means anything, get out. I suppose while we're doing this, since we basically have nothing else to talk about, I can use this as an opportunity. It's kind of weird to think that, for the most part, actually, our adventure in this place, we're mostly through the Kanto region, which means there's not much left for us to do here. Because yes, of course, there's 3 gyms to go, but there's a couple things after that we'll want to take care of, and a lot of them are also tied to actually getting to Pewter City in the northwest of the region. Which you might think, why on earth would we need to go there for something like this? Don't worry, you'll find out. It's very important that we go there for stuff. Slow King, ooh, nice. I actually don't think we've encountered a Slowking up to this point, so nice to see that. But yeah, I think, roughly speaking, assuming things go according to how I think they should, we're probably actually going to end off this series around the same number of episodes as the Fire Red Leaf Green Let's Play from years ago. Which, it's really weird to say years ago in that case, because that feels like yesterday, but here we are. Nice! All stats over 100 for Inferno Star. And that takes care of you. How dare you mock royalty? Dude, your Slow King died in 1 hit because I punched it good, I'm sorry. Inferno, you can take the lead for now. At this point, we're at the level where we're just gonna cream our way through anyone who gets in our way. Like, let's cross down. Would you like to battle my Pikachu gang? Oh god, you're one of those guys. Oh god, not the 6 Pokemon gang. It's gonna be just a lot of Pikachus to murder. Well, I guess while we're doing this, something that I haven't brought up that I felt might be necessary to talk about. We've seen and we've talked about shiny Pokemon. What we haven't talked about is that there is technically one other thing you can run into when you're playing through Pokemon that started in 2nd gen that isn't shiny Pokemon, but is actually rarer. You probably didn't even know this one existed in the 2nd generation because it's so rare. That little thing is called Pokerus. Pokerus is a virus of sorts that can only be transplanted from Pokemon to others through physical contact. If you happen to go to a Nurse Joy or anything after you've made contact with one of these things, Nurse Joy will comment on it and say, oh, your Pokemon has contracted Pokerus. What that means is your stat growth will be increased, and it'll be easier for Pokemon to grow even stronger than they normally would. It's a very rare thing, like 3 times as rare as getting a shiny Pokemon almost. I think it's like a 1 in 21,000 or something. I've only encountered it once in Generation 2. I've encountered it once in Gen 3 as well. It is a crazy rare thing to come across, but if you do, abuse it to hell and back, you can spread it to the other members of your party, and it doesn't go away so long as you put your Pokemon in the box, and you don't let a full day pass. It does pass if you let the clock run to the next day, though, so be careful. That being said, we still got a bunch of Pikachus to murder, so Inferno Star, just crash into all these guys. Since we did also beat Janine, we do have that Toxic TM, and I am thinking of teaching it to someone. Bizarrely enough, I'm not thinking about teaching it to Alucard, who would be the most logical decision type-wise. But Alucard's got Confuse Ray and Mean Look already, and I was thinking I might give it to Artemis, because Artemis doesn't have anything to stall the opponent with, outside of just being an Umbreon and having the ability to take hits well. Like, Alucard's got Confuse Ray. I guess Umbreon does have the Mean Look, but it would be nice if Umbreon had something like that. And the last Pikachu, okay. Die. Thank you. Pikachu! Yeah, all of them. Dead. Like, don't do that again to me, man. There usually is hidden items around this route in the first generation. I don't think there are this time, but we'll take a look real fast. Trainer tips. Ooh, look, right there, at the left side of the post. This one? What? Right there at the left side of the post. Hang on. Where are you going with this? Because sometimes they do hide things. I'm curious what they're doing. I'm gonna pull up the item finder real fast because I feel like I'm being lied to. Oh! There is something here. Item indicates there's an item nearby. Oh, wait. It might be thinking left as in when I'm facing it, the left. Try over here. Yeah! Calcium! Raise a special attack. Nice. Not a bad thing to come across, honestly. It's rare that we find stat-boosting items as a hidden item. You look like you have many Pokemon, but Pikachu is still the best. No. I like Pikachu. I would never say it's the best Pokemon. North to Silence Bridge. Okay, we're almost out of here. And there's more tall grass right there. Agility is the key attribute of bird Pokemon. Really, I thought it was the fact that they're a bird. Like, come on, man, it's right there. I do find it weird that, like, originally bird was a type in Pokemon. If you're aware of the whole Missing No glitch from the first generation, Missing No is still referred to as bird type if you ever encounter it. So it was an unused type of sorts, but I don't know, man. Flying being the type instead makes more sense because not everything that can fly is a bird. Because, like, Zubat is a flying type. Bats are not birds. You beat me with your speed. Yeah, I did. I'm way better than that. Though one thing I do find a bit interesting, I think I've mentioned this in passing. There was 17 types in total in Generation 2, with the addition of Steel and Dark. Since there's 16 gyms, that means one type was left unrepresented, and that was the Dark type. Up until Generation 8, Dark never got a gym leader to itself. It was every other type, including Fairy type, which in its debut generation got to have a gym for itself, that got one instead. Dark was kind of always reserved for the Elite Four of sorts instead, which I think is kind of interesting. Karen for Generation 2, Sydney for Generation 3, Grimsley for Generation 5, because they actually passed over Gen 4, and I believe none of the others for Gen 6 or 7, because 7 doesn't really play by the same rules anyway. I forget the kid's name who is the gym leader for Galar, who's the Dark type, because I haven't played Sword and Shield. For personal reasons, we'll go with. Not the biggest fan of some of the stuff they made with that gen. But I'm glad to see they at least went through with finally giving us a Dark gym leader. Take care of that bird. Shoot, not good enough. No, you certainly are not, dude. I'm gonna loop around and see what's in that grass, because there might be a hidden item of sorts over there. Let's just cross right here. Jerry? I do wonder how we even use Jerry to cut now that he's a Bellossom. Maybe he just does a really nice spin and his, like, skirt is so sharp it cuts through stuff. I don't know. You be the master of your own destiny deciding how to visualize that. Because those hands are definitely not cutting anything. Have you seen Bellossom's hands? They're nubs. Doesn't look like anything of sorts for items and such, which is unfortunate. There are no new encounters for this area, so that's nothing to worry about. Just another goddamn Nidorino. Like, I'm so sick of running into you and your brother, Nidorino. Like, I'm out of here. Bye. Let's head back up through Silence Bridge. Because this actually does have some stuff for us in the form of this tree. Giving us an item. Second calcium, really? Interesting. That might be useful to shove on someone like Current who doesn't really have the best special attack. We got another tree we can cut right here. Thank you. A nugget! Oh, finally, another chicken nugget. I've been hungry. Surf once again. And I think for the most part, there's just gonna be fishermen around here. Yeah, we've already seen most of this route. What's most important in our everyday lives? Not fishing. I'm gonna go with that. Fisherman Barney. Okay, that's a bit scary. But at the same time, I'm prepared for you, bud. I can punch good. And you're so much lower level than me that you're just toast. Get out of here. Nice. Aw, really? Second Gyarados, nice. You just stay in for this, bud. You got this. Because, like, Current can handle this just fine as well, but Inferno Star's got Thunder Punch. He can take care of these things because they're quad weak. If they were times 2 weak, it might be a different story, but it's not that big of a deal. Level 47. I will admit as well, Inferno is still missing one more move to really complete his moveset. I could theoretically still teach him Earthquake if I wanted to, but there's another fire attack that he's going to be learning at some point in the future that is very much something you want to grab. Tag out to Current. And zap it. Doesn't matter that this is a weaker attack, I get same type attack bonus, and it's quad weakness, you're dead. Good night. The answer is coming up next. Oh, really? Tell me, what is it then? I think electricity is the most important thing in our daily lives. If it weren't, people wouldn't have made such a fuss when the power plant went out of commission. You know what? That's fair. Modern day, a lot of things are dependent on electricity, so that's actually a pretty reasonable answer. By the looks of it, I think we've cleared out all the stuff here, except maybe this guy. Yep, I feel so content fishing while listening to some tunes on my radio. Fair enough. Oh god, you got 4 Pokemon. Ow! Fucking hell. Come on, dude. These things should be Gyarados by now. Like, I don't mind Magikarp. I think it's kind of derpy looking, but come on, man. Punch. Perish. Much better. Quillfish? Okay, that's a bit different. Current, you handle this. Let's just use that spark real fast. Much better. What else you got? Oh, of course, fucking second Magikarp. I don't know what this is. This has been a curse of generations for a long time of just fishermen having Magikarp and refusing to evolve them, and I don't understand it. They're right there. 1 level. It's all you need, dude. Like, it's a Magikarp. It's not worth using otherwise. Tentacruel? Well, that's something, I guess. That's probably how you caught these Magikarps in the first place. Zap. And out of here. Good crit. My stupid radio distracted me. No, you just got your ass beat, dude. With all that said, though, all that's left for us to do now is sort of cross over this way to Route 11 and work our way towards the Snorlax. I want to say we can do this now, but we've been going for kind of a while, so I'm trying to decide in my head, is it worth it? Hi, Eradicate. Well, actually, no, this gives me an idea. There's no more grass that we have to cut down in this area. There is trainers, and there's a lot of tall grass. I think we're going to stop here so that I can restock and get all of the team back in order, so we can be ready for getting up to the Snorlax. Next time, let's play Pokemon Crystal. We finally catch that Snorlax, get it out of the way, and we progress through the tunnel that it is blocking the way to. Till next time, ice out.